Hello everybody, welcome to the 2019 Nancy Drew Games Mega Marathon. I am your host, Arglefumph. So, it's 2019, so I am doing a Mega Marathon. I am playing every single Nancy Drew game in anticipation of game number 32, Midnight in Salem. It's going to be coming out this year, so the last game came out in 2014, right? Or 2015, so it was like 4 years ago. What has happened to you in that time? I'll tell you what happened to me. I got married, I had a kid, the kid is now 2 years old, so a lot has happened in the past 4 years. I wrote a bunch of video games, I wrote a book, I grew a goatee, and then I shaved my goatee. Shaving it was definitely a good idea, so, I don't know, I'm really excited that we've got a new Nancy Drew game coming out this year, and that's why I'm replaying all these old games. It's to refresh my memory of what these video games are like, so let's get started. I am live streaming this game, so I can play on Junior mode, Senior mode, or Master Detective mode. I'll let you people in the live stream chat decide which difficulty setting I'm doing. Yeah, it used to be we got 2 Nancy Drew games every single year, and then this 4-year gap in between Nancy Drew games. It's like, I love these games right from the start, but the waiting is the hardest part. The waiting is the hardest part. I gotta vote for Master, and I gotta vote for Junior. Okay, so let's split the detective. Let's split the difference and say Senior.
Dear Dad, who would have dreamed taking a semester off to visit Aunt Eloise in Florida would result in another case? Seems a student was murdered at the high school last night, and Daryl Gray, the student council president, found the body. When Aunt Eloise heard, she rushed me right over and introduced me to the principal. He asked if I would try to find out who did it and why. So it's undercover I go. My only contact is Daryl, so I'm off to solve a murder. I'm calling this case Secrets Can Kill. Love, Nancy.
Alright, so let's get started with this game, Solving Mysteries. I have played this game before recently, so I know exactly what to do. What we need to do is steal this remote. Remotes are very important. And we're gonna go through Aunt Eloise's mail. I know it's sealed and signed and sealed, signed, delivered. It's hers, not mine. But I'm gonna open it anyway. Oh, somebody's asking, is Daryl Gray a relative of mine? Yeah, cousin Daryl. Yeah, I mean, we kind of like him. We kind of don't. You know, he's student body president. He's got a lot going on in his life, but he's also kind of, you know, flirty, and we're not huge fans of that. Sigma Phi Kappa Delta. Also, it's kind of weird that he's all two-dimensional and stuff. So there's that going on. But so that was the password, Sigma Phi Kappa Delta, and that is the password for this, Sigma Phi Kappa Delta. Yes, I mean, just today they released one of the a picture for Nancy Drew Midnight in Salem. So I think it's happening. I think the game is actually coming out this year. I know some people have their doubts. They're like, no way, it's been too long. It's been 84 years. It can't possibly be coming out now. But it could be coming out. We had a cool picture of the Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys are going to be in the new Nancy Drew game. Yeah! Okay, so, this is a slider puzzle. So if you play on the Master Sleuth mode, it's a 4x4 slider puzzle. So let's see. These are obviously the top left things. So with slider puzzles, one way to do it is just to get the entire left-hand side just finished first. So I get the top left piece into place, then I find two pieces which go in here. So that's going to be this piece, and then I think this piece. I think these are the 2 pieces that go on the left-hand side. So I just need to move them from up here to down there. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let me move them both down one, and then I just move them over, right? So I just move them over. And there we go, that's the left-hand side. I got them mixed up. Okay, so that means I made a mistake. Okay, well then let's just make them switch places. Okay, and now they've switched places, so I can just move these in here. Yeah, I don't think we know who, what Nancy's new voice actress is, right? We haven't heard who the new voice of Nancy Drew is going to be. It's going to be a little weird having to get used to, like, a new voice for Nancy, isn't it? Yeah. You know, I don't care at this point. It's like, I just want to play the game. I don't care if, you know, Nancy's voice actress is me going, "Oh, look at me! Ooh, the door is locked! I'm Nancy Drew!" I would put up with that because I just want to play this game, right? Alright, give me a moment here. So that is Aunt Eloise's password and stuff for her computer. It's the school computer. That's her password for the school computer. And actually, I forgot to look at this note. We were supposed to read this note, which talks about the combination to the safe and everything. So that is what that was supposed to be our clue. I just didn't notice that. Ooh, let's get a calling card. And we've got some stamps. $100 bill. Yes! Okay. But apparently I'm not using that. Okay, I don't need that $100 bill. And I think this, we've got a key here. Right? Can't I open up one of these books? Yes, I can. That's the key. More $100 bills. Aunt Eloise is rich. And I'm going to read the story of Secrets Can Kill. Because it's kind of cool. I can't read. Gwinder Brighton. He had the men began shouting something. Hail Elfim! The others cried. And Elfim was to the cater carried on the shoulders to victory songs in his honor for hours into the night. Wow, this seems fun. So yeah, Hail Elfim, son of Gwydam Grenor, champion of the fight. Okay, I can read this stuff more easily. This stuff is more easily. Chapter 11. Darkness began to take its hold on the deserted city. As I approached the dusty, run-down warehouse, I saw no one. An eerie silence settled on this lonely place. The quiet carried no peace with it, however. An unseen tension seemed to stretch across the empty space. I had just determined to turn back when I saw them. Under a dim and dirty lamplight, two figures stood facing each other. Their increasingly agitated movements had caught my attention, and now their muffled cries drifted across the bog of thick stillness that now hung heavy upon the ground. It was apparent they had not seen me, and we can't read the rest. We can read this line. Connie's steps faltered, a shadow swept across her face, and I want to read this! I want to read this book! I want to read this book! This gritty reboot of Nancy Drew, Secrets Can Kill, right? Oh. Okay. Yeah, somebody's saying, okay, so did I stay up to watch I did not stay up to midnight on, New Year's Eve, and that's because I woke up really, really early that morning, like 4:30. So when you're waking up at 4, you're not staying up till midnight. That's just not how it happens. Yeah, no. Her Interactive did release a letter, or, you know, an update to fans. I forget what it is. It's been a while since they announced the release date of 2019. So for a long time, I can kind of read this, but now I can't. For a long time, blah, blah, blah. So it's the state of Florida, and this is a message in Morse code. And I do not know Morse code. I do not have Morse code memorized, so I'm not actually going to be translating that for you. So here's a cool picture. I always like this. We could pretend this is a picture of baby Nancy. That's so cute. And Aunt Eloise getting married. And I thought Aunt Eloise was single, but apparently she's not. I don't know, maybe she got married and moved to Florida, because I thought she was like a swinging bachelorette teacher who lives in New York. Yeah. So let's see, this book says, hidden clues are everywhere. And M-I-T-C-H, Mitch. is the name of the culprit of this game. Oh man, you gotta keep an eye out for this Mitch guy. So, it's kind of weird that they spoiled the name of the culprit so early in the game, but it's not obvious that's the culprit's name, right?
I need something to make this work.
So one of these keys opens this. Yeah, here we go. And guess what? We get a quarter! Yeah! Aunt Eloise hid the key in the book, which protects her quarter. Her 1999 quarter. Yeah, this game came out in 1999, so this game is... No, this game came out in 1998. So it is 21 years old. This game is old enough to vote. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so this is Vandalay Pharmaceuticals. So maybe that's the real mystery, Aunt Eloise's shady past. She married a man for money, fled to Florida, and bought that house. I do like Nancy Drew books, but I don't have them memorized, so I don't remember all the books with Aunt Eloise. She appears in some of the books. She's in Stay Tuned for Danger, yeah, but, I mean, you kind of know that. I know that from the video game, not from the book. So, but there's a couple of books where, with Aunt Eloise, and I'm sure she gets a boyfriend in, like, one of them. Okay, so, guess what? I'm going to use my quarter and play some music. So what song do we want to play? Do we want to play, you can barely read this, Daryl Will Be Good, Help Me Nancy, Great Balls of Mystery, Big Girls Don't Die, Sea of Monsters, Unchained Manatee, Murder on My Mind, Long Tall Nancy. Just let me know if any of these sound good to you. Wake up, little Nancy, it's time for you to wake up, cause you really shouldn't sleep. Daryl Will Be Good, Jake the Knife, Blackout, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, Date of Del Mar. Help Me Nancy did sound good. And Daryl Will Be Good sounds good too. Library Blues, Twist and Fall, Bye Bye Jake, Good Golly, Miss Connie, and some Rock Around the Pharmacy. Let's go with Help Me Nancy. And what was Daryl Will Be Good? Oh, I can't select Daryl Will Be Good, so let's just stick with Help Me Nancy. And then I'll just explore this area. So, we've got this diner. Maxine's Diner. It's got some cool stuff, like chicken with guava burger for $12. That's a little bit much. That's kind of a lot. Yeah, just get a normal cheeseburger, okay? Beverages, fresh fruit with puff pastry. Is that a beverage? I don't know. So we've got hidden clues and hidden messages everywhere in this game. That's just sort of how the game works. It's like, I think we've got Ned's Mustard. And then this is a 1, 5, 10, 11. That's also a secret I don't know what that secret message is, to be honest. Big Girls Never Do Die. It's science! Oh, cool. That's science. Yeah. I wish we could play those pinball machines. Those would be cool. So, here, look at these red letters. They spell out soup ladle and bolt cutter. So that's going to be a puzzle for us in the back. It's cool music. I like it. They've got a 50s dance. Costumes. So you can go up or down in every area of the game, actually. I don't know why. Maybe they made the game window just too tall when they were... They accidentally made it too tall when they were coming up with the game, and so they had to give you the ability to zoom up and down. And here's some cake. I think as soon as we, like, go through this door, the music's gonna change. So let's talk to Daryl, and maybe the music won't change.
You look like you're going to make an excellent addition to Paseo Del Mar High School student body. I'm Daryl Gray, Renaissance man, short order cook, student council president, and professional escort to pretty new students.
Yeah, okay, good. We can still hear this cool music. Okay, so hey, cousin Daryl. He's a professional escort to pretty new students. You see what I mean by him being kind of two-dimensional? And, like, animated and flirty fellow. So you're a cook, sir?
Short order cook?
I flip burgers here at Maxine's. Of course, that's when I'm not making groundbreaking decisions as student council president.
Groundbreaking decisions?
Student council president?
Politics run in the family. My father was a Florida state senator. Now, how could you resist voting for me? Say hello to your #1 contact, Miss Drew.
Oh man, you're #1. I vote you for handsome police contact.
I think you can help me.
I'm all yours, Nancy. What's on your mind?
Could you help me find Jake Rogers' locker?
Absolutely, Detective. I'll do anything you want. It's right down the hall from where Jake was killed.
Tell me about Jake.
He wasn't exactly a friend. He came by the diner a few times. Nancy, I hate to leave such a beautiful detective, but I've got a hot grill waiting for me. See you later, okay?
Yeah, so I like Daryl. I like him better here in this game than in Secrets Can Kill Remastered.
How can I help my #1 detective?
He's just, you know, a helpful, nice guy here. Although a little flirty, yeah.
See you later.
Bye, Nancy.
Whereas in Secrets Can Kill Remastered, he's kind of flirty and awkward. And we'll get to that game eventually. I think it's because Daryl cannot be as cool in the remastered version because Mr. September is in the remastered version. And Mr. September is just so cool. He just sucks all the coolness out of the school. That's how amazing and awesome he is. And that's why there was none left over for Daryl. None left over for Daryl. Okay, so soup ladle. We need a soup ladle in order to get the bolt cutters. So, see this? We're gonna fix this. Because if we tried to leave right now, the flammable gas would explode and we would die. So, we're gonna fix it like this. As you can tell from the music, that saves the day. This is a completely safe way to handle a grill. Why is the grill even on right now? Like, we've got all 4 lights here that are on, clearly, but what is being cooked on the grill? Shouldn't you be cooking burgers on the grill? It looks like it's just random pots. Oh, potatoes, French fries. I bet that's what the potatoes are for. So if you want to work for overtime, Maxine or Mel. Okay, so it looks like Daryl, payday every week. Payday every week is fantastic. But, Daryl, who does Daryl usually work with? Daryl works with Flo, Daryl works with Mel, did Jake work here? Jake did not work here. Okay, never mind. In the remastered version, Jake works at the diner. And I'm getting so confused between these 2 versions already. I guess they're just too similar for me. The health inspector is probably not a big fan of this place. This place is just a terrific mess. Where is duct tape? Why didn't they use duct tape? So this is another clue. It says support gas line. See the first letter of each sentence? So they spell out the word support gas line. And $4.75. I checked, that was actually the minimum wage. That was the minimum wage at the time the game was made. The minimum wage in Florida. Obviously, the minimum wage changes depending on where you are. So that's it. That's basically it for the kitchen. It's nice to look at. We've got those 2 little clues. And for some reason, Mel just lets Daryl run this restaurant by himself, even though you think he would need more than 1 person running the restaurant. Granted, nobody's here, but you think we'd have like 3 guys working this place to make it go. We would have Mel. We'd have the other people's names I forget. Oh, and I also want to show this off. See this little thing here in the bottom left? It takes you to the main menu screen. So that's helpful, not really, because it doesn't help when you're inside a building. But this game has, it comes with 2 discs, right? You're supposed to switch discs whenever you go from place to place. So I think that's what this is supposed to be designed for, the little warp back and forth. I could be wrong. So, basically what we do, this game is really fast, if you know how to beat the game, what to do. But basically what we do, we just talk to everybody, we get the evidence, and we talk to everybody, then we get the evidence and we talk to everybody. Let's start with some evidence, though. Let's get some evidence here right off the bat. So, Jake's locker combination is 5253. I'll show off how I knew that in just a moment, but first we've got this Judo Today magazine. So according to Judo Today magazine, Florida, Paseo Del Mar, a masked marauder flattens foes. Onlookers and participants alike were stunned when an unknown last-minute entry swept the competition and won Paseo Del Mar's 5th annual men's judo tournament this month, wearing only a cloth mask to conceal his identity. The winner, who identified himself as Nineko, impressed the capacity crowd with his quickness and control. Such excitement and his incredible throwing techniques will make next year's competition even more of a treat. Will the masked man return? So, Nineko, switch those letters around. It might spell out somebody else's name. And, here's a book. I mean, this is a CD, but the tape is... That's a tape. It's a videotape. The videotape is not here right now. And here's a book. Here's a book. This is the book. Nancy is quite concerned that there is an actual book in a locker at a high school. She doesn't know what's up with that, so she will be asking lots of questions about it. Okay, and Jake had a cool little jacket. He's got a video camera because he's part of the video club. And we've got this. So there was a break-in at the local pharmacy. Whoever broke into the pharmacy knew exactly what they were looking for. Yeah, knew exactly what they wanted for. What they were looking for, what they wanted. So they broke in and stole some drugs from the pharmacy. And a knife. We've got just a box cutter, dangerous knife just inside the locker. The police did not remove it when they checked off the locker and cordoned it off. I don't know why. But we've got a bunch of bulletin boards in this school. So every single bulletin board has one little puzzle for you. So this is find the morning edition and discover another crime. The answer is in black and white to who will do the time. This is a really simple puzzle. Basically what you do is you need to change where the spaces are. So that's something that this game in particular has a lot of. It has a bunch of, oh, Honor Student of the Month is Hal Tanaka. Well, way to go, Hal. That's nice. Way to go, Hal. But, yeah. So that's just the way this game works. It has an awful lot of puzzles like that. Just on the bulletin boards. Like this, these are clues. This one's upside down. Nowhere to turn to, nowhere to hide. Let the books in the library be your answer guide. A symbol of kanji worn with great pride reflects a big secret that someone must hide. So that's, if you flip that from left to right, or you hold a mirror, and this is like if you turn it upside down and hold a mirror, he did what it took to make the grade, even if it meant cheating to keep up his charade. So that's what those clues are, and just those will help you with the puzzles just throughout the game. So that's how you know the locker combination is 5253. Jake's locker combo was a part of his name, and I forget the rest of the puzzle. This is a great video game. So this is, if you can read this. No, I mean this, I think what we do is every single word backwards. So M-A-K-E is make. You'll make. Detective, you'll make. And it's really kind of hard to see these smaller letters. So if you can read this, make no mistake, great detective, you will make. And let's see, I need to look at this, the Crane School of Self-Defense, because we can talk to Connie about that. And now let's talk to Hulk.
Whoa, a new girl at school. Do you realize what destiny has brought you today? Yours truly, Hector Hulk Sanchez.
How did you know I was new here?
Hey, you're talking to the man, the #1 football player in the state of Florida. I know all the beautiful girls at Paseo Del Mar High. Are you kidding?
Ooh, you think I'm beautiful?
How do you know all the other girls at school?
Isn't it obvious? I'm tall, dark, handsome. Not to mention a superstar athlete. Everybody knows Hulk Sanchez, and the Hulk knows everybody.
Oh yeah? Do you know the guy who was killed?
Did you know the guy who was killed?
I knew Jake, but I didn't hang out with him. Sorry, can't talk now. I gotta go to practice later. How's it going?
Oh, it's going just well because I'm talking to a big, handsome man like you. I do not think we can flirt with Hulk in this game. Sorry.
Do you know why Jake had a video camera in his locker?
I didn't pay much attention to Jake. I'm tired of talking about that loser.
Dude, we only asked one question about him. It's like, hey, I'm tired of talking about him all the time.
Back off, Nancy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down, Hulk. I just asked one question.
What can you tell me about Daryl Gray?
He seems like a cool guy. His family used to sponsor the annual football awards dinner until last year. You know, he's the one who found Jake's body.
Tell me about the robbery at the drug depot pharmacy.
Why would I know about a robbery? All I know about is football.
Okay, so Hulk doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
I'm not into pushy girls. Do me a favor. Bother someone else.
You're the pushy one, sir.
Bye.
Bye, Nancy.
Someone's saying Hulk probably bulks up by eating raw eggs. When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge. I'm not quite sure what a barge is, though. All I know about is football. This is clearly, if you flop it upside down, it says something, but I can't really stand upside down. When things go astray tonight at Vandalay, it will not help to run, so you must grab the gun. So apparently the school is just filled with psychic students that can tell the future. They know what's going to happen, and these psychic students also like rhyming. They like rhymes. They like rhymes. Yes, the barge is a kind of a boat. Alrighty, so let's go into the library.
I need something to make this work.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so speaking of that song, that song I was singing, it was Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. I don't know if I've mentioned this in a video. I really wanted to mention it in a video, but I didn't. I kind of wish that, you know, we got to hear a version of the song where it was sung the way, the ending of the game. Oh, and here's another thing. Sabotage should cause concern, but with the gloves. No. Sabotage should cause for concern, but with the gloves you will not burn. Okay. But that song, how does an ending go? Okay. There's just one guy in town who's got all of it down, and his name's Gaston. Gaston. I kind of wish we had a version of the song where somebody sang it like that. His name's Gaston, and they spelled it out correctly, because that totally works. CW plus DG, oh my. And this is another puzzle. I don't know, just a random thing that bothers me, because in all the versions, they turn it into a joke that nobody knows how to spell the word Gaston, and I'm like, but, his name has the same number of letters in the beat, Gaston. Okay, so enough of that random silliness. So, yeah, so, let's look at some of these things. Boiler operations, this is how boiler rooms work. Hint, hint. So you can kind of check out all these books. I'm sure all these books are things you can look at, which are cool. Let's look at some more. Like, History of the Old Sound, or Dictionary. I don't even know what this is. Handwriting analysis. So, if somebody has a huge ego, they write in giant capital letters. I see. And if somebody's a creeper, heavy blotches, corrugated strokes. If somebody's trying to trick you, just half circles. Wow. Okay, Mystery at Palm Beach, Web of Deceit, Tour of Danger. I think that's the name of a Nancy Drew book. Crime at the Chat Cafe. That's definitely the name of a Nancy Drew book. Process of... These are Nancy Drew books. Okay. Okay, there are Nancy Drew books in the library. This is kind of awkward because I'm playing as Nancy. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right, we can go up and down. Does this mean we can see new shelves in the library? So, Whispers on the Wind, The Long Corridor, top 100 colleges of the South. The Saboteur, Evil Eye. Searching for answers. The Judo Handbook. Ooh, let's check this out. Judo techniques. Nice. Okay, so checking out upstairs is not really super useful. Checking downstairs is not really super useful either. There are 2 books that you need to check. That's basically it. Ah! No, I wanted to go back. Go back. Go back. Just a second. Ah! So see this? Principal, Rabel, Moore, Rodo. You rearrange the letters to spell out boiler, room, door. And hey, there's that. Is that the painting? I think that's the painting from Nancy Drew the Captive Curse. They took it from this game. It's really cool when they do stuff like that in the Nancy Drew series. They just take stuff from old games and bring it into new games. That's cool. So the things we need to look at are 2 books here. Oh, maybe 3. This is fingerprints. So this is Morse code if you wanted to solve that Morse code puzzle earlier, which I don't really. Here we go, kanji. So kanji, crane. This is the kanji for crane. That's the important thing you want to check. Braille is going to be important for puzzles, so let me just write down this. I think I already know the solution, but I could be wrong. So those are the 2 things you really need to check. And I think the 3rd thing that's super duper important is sports. This magazine says there are steroids, and steroids are bad.
Anabol is a steroid, and was one of the drugs stolen from the drug depot.
So, one of the drugs that was stolen was a steroid. Steroids were stolen. So that's a clue. I think this is another puzzle. Yep, these are more puzzles. So, or you could be the next Jake. The bolt cutters you must take, or you could be the next Jake. So you read the blue letters and then the green letters. That's how that puzzle works. Student art exhibit. I think it's strange. It's like we've got skull, 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 body, body, shoe, shoe, and then some woman in a bikini. Kind of looks like Yumi from Shadow at the Water's Edge. I don't know why we have fan art of her in this game. That's generally not like the sort of thing the school would put on, you know, in the hallways for everybody to see. They'd say, you know what? Maybe we should put another shoe picture instead. And here's the clue that says Jake's Locker combo was part of his name. Just find a phone to decode his name. It's so convenient that out of the 1,000 books in the library, Nancy chooses the right ones. Yes, Nancy's really good at that. She's really good at finding important things. Well, let's be honest. How boring would this game be if you had to flip through every single page in the book just to find the one page you need? And imagine that for every single book. That's crazy. So yeah, this game takes place around May.
A new face. Hi, my name's Hal. You sure arrived on a day with a lot of activity.
Hal?
Hal Tanaka. Actually, my first name is much longer than that. But I want to fit in here in America, so I chose Hal as my nickname. I'm a Japanese exchange student.
Why do you think it's easier to have an American name?
I want to be part of the culture and succeed in this country.
Well, do you plan on staying in America after you finish high school?
My family is counting on me to succeed here. I must make them proud of me.
Proud of you?
In Japan, it's very important that you do something your family can take pride in. I have made some mistakes, but I try to be a decent person.
Aww, he made mistakes? A decent person? So basically you'll notice what Nancy says in this game. She just takes the last thing the person said and repeats it back to them, but it's a question. So she's like, mistakes? Decent person?
A decent person?
Yes, unlike Jake Rogers, who was an Ijimeko. In English, you would say a bully.
A bully?
A bully?
I feel uncomfortable speaking about this now, Please, excuse me. I'm behind in my studies and I must get back to the library. Bye, Nancy.
This is also the game where whenever anybody talks to Nancy, they just stay in place. It's like, I've got to leave. Oh, wait, I'm just going to stay here.
Hi, Nancy.
What can you tell me about Daryl Gray?
Daryl found Jake's body this morning. He's very popular and a good politician, too. Just like his father.
Like his father?
Like his father?
Yes, Daryl's father is former U.S. Senator Eugene Gray. I hear he was a great politician, but not a very good businessman. I think his company went bankrupt a few years ago.
Have you heard of Hulk Sanchez?
Heard of him? Hulk holds the conference record for quarterback sacks. He's been the state's #1 player since he was a freshman. He's also a candidate for a big university, even with his injury.
Injury?
Injury?
Hulk got hurt a few weeks ago. Ever since that game, he hasn't played the same. I worry that his chances of playing for a top school are not as good as before his injury.
And the final thing to talk about?
Do you know why Jake had a video camera in his locker?
I didn't know Jake was interested in video. I avoided him whenever I could.
Talk to you later.
Farewell, Nancy.
Okay, so that's sort of how this works. We just talk to everybody, and we can talk to everybody about each other. So we can talk to the characters about each other. That's just sort of how this works here. I solved a couple of puzzles in the meantime, looking up books in the library, and opening the locker. So a crane contestant in mass disguise won the prize money despite all the lies. The ultimate hangout is the center of everything, the place you need to go to set up the final sting. Alright, so let's check out the students of the month. Sadly, we do not have Mr. September in this version of the game. We have all these students, clearly high school students, and not just the people who made this game being silly and putting their own pictures in the game. No. That's a silly, fun thing to do. Okay, so let's talk to Connie, and then we'll make some phone calls, okay?
Hi, I'm Connie. You're not from around here, are you? Usually Paseo Del Mar High is really quiet and boring. Today, it's totally out of control.
Out of control?
There are a ton of police on campus today. It's wild.
Yes, I clearly see all the police officers on campus.
Why all the police?
Someone found a dead body at school this morning.
What happened?
I think he was pushed down a flight of stairs or something.
What makes you think he was pushed and didn't just fall?
I heard his face was all messed up, like he was in a fight. He was always getting into fights.
Who was killed?
Oh, just this wannabe stud named Jake Rogers.
What do you mean?
Jake Rogers was a total creep. Nobody liked him. I gotta go now. Later.
Man, I'm just gonna stand in the corner again.
What's up, Nancy?
Hi, Connie. Okay, so she's wearing the crane Japanese symbol.
You're wearing a Japanese medallion with a symbol that means crane. And Crane is the name of the judo school on the poster in the gym.
What a coincidence. Funny, I never noticed.
You've got to love how she's trying to keep it a secret that she knows the Crane Judo, and she wears the Crane Judo medallion with her all
What
times.
is it you want now?
And now she hates me too, because I asked her an awkward question.
What do you know about Hulk Sanchez?
He's a big jock on campus. Never dated him or anything.
Do you know Hal Tanaka?
Not very well. He's an exchange student from Japan and a total workaholic. He told me he's trying to get a scholarship for college. Lately, he's looking really burnt out. I think the pressure is getting to him.
What pressure?
Hal is maxing out on course hours this year. He needs to prove himself if he's going to get a scholarship. If he doesn't get a scholarship, he'll have to go back to Japan. That would be a total disgrace for his family.
How do you know this information, Connie?
How well do you know Daryl Gray?
I wish I knew him better. He's the only guy I'd ever consider dating. He's student council president, holds a cool job at a diner called Maxine, and drives a Porsche 911.
Oh, we're calling it Porsche 911 because I need to call the police because Daryl's so hot he's causing heart attacks. Woo!
Drives a Porsche and works at a diner? That doesn't compute.
Daryl's family was rich and used to throw major parties all the time, but not anymore.
Do you know why Jake had a video camera in his locker?
No. Why are you so interested in Jake anyway? I gotta go now. Later.
Alrighty. So, Jake's locker combo was part of his name. That's Jake. J-A-K-E is 5253. Jake. That's how it works. So let's call Nancy's friends. Might as well. They might have clues for us. They might not.
This is Bess. Bess, I need some help. Any ideas? Can you use Aunt Eloise's login and password to access the school administration computers?
That's actually a really good hint. Thanks, Bess. It was clearly not Nancy just pretending to be a different person.
Fane residents. George, this is Nancy. Can you give me some advice? There must be other places to investigate around the school. Have you checked the basement?
Yeah, okay, so Bess and George are clearly done by the same person who does Nancy's voice. It's fun, though.
Hello?
Hi, Ned. I'm in a jam. Do you think you can help me out?
That Jake Rogers was sneaky. He probably used that glass cutter in his locker to break into the school.
That's actually a really good clue. Okay, so the clues you get change depending on which gameplay mode you are. If you're on the more difficult mode, it's not as obvious what the clues are, so those clues are pretty direct. Okay, so somebody said, I'm just going back to this, somebody said 90s hair? Is this 1990s hair? Yeah, could be. So I'm just gonna go to Jake. I'm gonna go to Daryl. We're gonna talk to him.
How can I help, my #1 detective?
How well do you know Hulk Sanchez?
Well, I know the guy can scarf down half a dozen burgers at a time. He's the best linebacker ever to play for the Manatees. He also told me he's really psyched to play college ball next year.
Somebody points out it's like 3 seconds into the conversation with Ned, and your boyfriend is all, "Hey, Nancy, why don't you commit a crime?" That was a very short conversation. Ned does not need much prompting to jump to crime.
College football?
Hulk's dream is to become a great college football star, and then play for the Miami Dolphins. He lives and breathes football.
Yeah, it is funny if you can pretend that Nancy's just standing in place, talking to herself in funny voices, and Connie's like, "What is going on, Nancy?"
Do you know Connie Watson?
I've seen her around, but we've never had a class together. I don't think she's ever been to Maxine's.
Why do you think she's never been to the diner?
I'm not sure. She's very private about what she does after school.
What can you tell me about Hal Tanaka?
Well, for one thing, his name isn't really Hal. He uses Hal because his Japanese name is way hard to pronounce. He's an exchange student who's all study, no play. And he's obsessed with getting a college scholarship. Poor guy.
Aw, poor Hal. Okay, and let's talk about... We've got a gajillion other things to talk about.
What's wrong with wanting a college scholarship?
I feel sorry for him because he's missing out on all the fun of high school. He needs to seriously chill.
Do you know why Jake had a video camera in his locker?
Well, Jake was a member of the film club. He was always messing around with video equipment.
Film club?
A former student donated some high-tech video equipment to the club. Jake was filming his own project.
Any idea what Jake's film project was about?
Not sure. I guess he was shooting a documentary, because I never saw him with a script or any actors.
I'm just remembering the original book to this. The original book, and you know, they've got a bunch of movies. I'm in the film club, and they have like music videos. This is not a hard-working film club. They're just basically using it as an excuse to watch videos and put it on their college applications.
I think Jake had some sensitive information on Hulk Sanchez. Do you think Hulk could have killed Jake?
The The police said Jake's face was bruised. Hulk had the strength, but I don't think the dude would have risked his football career for anything.
We've got multiple high schoolers in the chat saying, "Wait, fun in high school? I don't understand. What is he talking about?" Well, maybe high school is more fun when you're like Daryl and you know, you're student body president. Yeah, he's basically guaranteed to get into college, so he doesn't really have to worry about, you know, college, right? Maybe that's what's going on. What would make Hulk mad?
What would make Hulk that mad?
If anyone got in the way of Hulk in his college football career, I think Hulk would go seriously ballistic.
And you just said Hulk would never do anything to risk his career. Okay.
Why would Jake have an old English book in his locker?
Jake wasn't really what you'd call a scholar. I don't know why he'd have that book.
Was Jake interested in judo?
You're kidding, right? The only physical thing Jake did was to think up new ways to get other people to do his work for him.
What do you know about the break-in at the pharmacy?
Well, the police thought it was a prank at first because it didn't look like anything had been taken. Then the pharmacist found one particular drug missing. I think it was a steroid or something.
See you later.
Later, detective.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure high school is very much fun for me either. That's why I spent my high school playing video games and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah. High school is terrifying because there are girls, and talking to high school girls is really terrifying, especially when you're a high school boy. So it was very stressful for me. So what you do is you use the bolt cutter to crack open the window and just walk into the teacher's lounge. And let's see, how do I use the computer? I use the mouse. So it's Eloise Drew. Oh, wise elder. Oh yeah, and another major difference between the book and the game is that Daryl and Nancy are really, they kiss each other a lot in the book. Let's see, we need to print this out. Oh no, I'm not kidding. You can read the book or watch my review for the book. I did a review for the book. So yeah, definitely Nancy and Daryl Gray kiss each other a lot. Like they watch a video and then they start making out on the couch and then Nancy sees the rest of the video and it's drama. We'll see that video. They kept the video in. They didn't keep the make-out scene, but they kept the video. It's dramatic. You'll be so shocked when you see it, everyone. If you don't know what's gonna happen, get ready to be shocked. Okay, and I don't know what this is. This is clearly sign language. Yeah, it's sign language. I don't know how to do letters in sign language anymore. Those are some delicious donuts. So this is the school report. Basically the night of the murder. So we've got one person here. He identified himself as an exchange student trying to get his homework. That's probably Hal. And let me see, we saw two individuals. They saw Jake fighting with some person 25 to 30 years old. Caught several students, including Daryl Gray. Oh no. Fixed a toilet. I think basically it says that every student, all of our suspects were at the school on the night of the murder. Here we go, and here's Hal's paper.
This essay looks exactly like the one in Jake's locker.
And that was one of the notes on the computer too. It said, "Hey, this book is missing. We need to find the book." So Hal was plagiarizing. A trophy was not the only prize, but also money of a greater size. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like cheated now that I'm older and I can actually talk to girls, you know, and other people without wanting to cry, or you know, without getting so nervous that my arms feel like they want to start shaking. So, I feel like this is supposed to be the Hulk because he's big, he's giant, he's wearing 00, and he's larger than everyone else. That's clearly got to be the Hulk, though. And everyone else here needs like a haircut. So I feel like, you know, now that I actually have the social skills to you know, talk to girls, I should be given a second chance at high school. If I could just go back in time and, you know, and that way poor high school Michael would not be just an awkward boy who is awkward around girls, who actually, you know, goes out on a date or goes to senior prom. The senior prom, which apparently takes place Friday, May 23rd at 8 p.m. at the country club. Yeah.
What is it you want now?
Goodbye.
I'm out of here, Nancy.
But it all turned out okay.
Hi, Nancy.
Hey, hi.
Jake knew you copied your essay from that book of English essays, didn't he?
Yes, Nancy. I'm very ashamed. My family will be extremely unhappy about this terrible mistake I have made. Somehow, Jake found out I copied that old essay. Then he blackmailed me into doing his homework for him.
Why did you copy the essay?
I had no other choice. My family won't let me stay in the United States unless I get a scholarship next year. I had to take extra courses to earn the scholarship. Before I realized what I had done, I was buried in work. I copied the essay because I was desperate.
What happened when Jake found out?
Jake demanded I do all his homework for the rest of the semester, or he would tell my family everything. What else could I do? My family was depending on me to succeed.
Yeah, so basically he plagiarized an essay because it was the only way. He was just way too busy. It was the only way he could get his senior essay done on time.
Were you desperate enough to kill him?
I was not happy about the situation, but I would never kill anyone. I value human life. Please don't tell anyone about this. I beg you. You will gain nothing if you do, and it would destroy my family if they knew what really happened. I regret what I have done. Please let me have this chance to become a doctor. I promise to make up for this mistake, even if it takes the rest of my life.
If you didn't kill Jake, do you have any idea who did?
If you didn't kill Jake, do you have any idea who did?
When I delivered Jake's homework to him the other day, he mentioned being late for a meeting with Daryl Gray. It was very strange. I didn't know they were friends.
Do you know Connie Watson?
Yes, we've been in a few classes together. I think she was dating Jake Rogers.
Ooh, wow. Wait a minute. What?
Connie told me you study too hard. Is that true?
Connie doesn't know my study habits. I can handle my studies.
Talk to you later.
Farewell, Nancy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this animation, the character animation in this game, it's not as smooth or fancy as in the more recent Nancy Drew games. But still, like, if I could have animation like that in a video game I made, I would be so thrilled. It's like, oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. I'd have animated characters doing things.
I'm not into pushy girls. Do me a favor, bother someone else.
What can you tell me about Connie Watson?
She hangs out at the gym a lot. I heard she's been having a real tough time.
Why do you think she hangs out at the gym so much?
I don't know. She's a pretty good athlete, but never joined any of Paseo Del Mar's teams.
Why do you think she never joined any teams?
Not exactly sure.
Do you know Hal Tanaka?
That dude is always studying. He's a huge fan of mine, real smart guy. But I never understood why a brain like Tanaka would hang out with slime like Jake Rogers.
Fan?
Tanaka never missed a game. That is, until he started hanging out with Jake.
Hal was a friend of Jake's?
Let's just say I saw them talking together a lot. Jake's locker was right next to Hal's. Now that I think of it, last time I saw them together, Hal seemed pretty upset.
I'm really sorry you got injured. Does that affect your chances of playing college ball?
Where'd you hear that? I'm as strong as ever.
Alright. So I I heard that, like, originally they planned to have Nancy go into this gym area and, like, check out areas there. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I guess they weren't able to do that. So I'm just gonna double check to make sure we've talked to everybody. So what your goal is basically to confront everyone.
Oh, it's you, Nancy. I'm really embarrassed to see you again.
Talk to you later.
Goodbye, Nancy.
So we figured out why you know, Hulk was being. I mean, anyway, let's talk to Connie. I'll try to talk.
What is it you want now?
Didn't I hear you were dating Jake?
Hey, a girl can make a mistake, can't she? I gotta go now. Later. What is it you want now?
Everybody is so defensive in this game. They're just so mean.
Hulk told me money's been tight for you these days.
What a dork. Hulk Sanchez doesn't know the first thing about my life. He needs to get a life and stop talking about mine.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Okay, so that's the end. So basically, what we talked to the characters about 3 things. I think it is that, you know, we talked to Hal about his plagiarism. We talked to Hulk about being hurt, and we talked to Connie about the Crane School thing. I think those are the 3 things we need to talk about.
How can I help, my #1
Because
detective?
that triggers this giant conversation. So basically, we need to find information. Oh, Nancy will say, like, the 3 things we need to find in order to trigger this conversation to move on to the second part of the game.
Hal, Hulk, and Connie were all involved with Jake. He had information that could jeopardize Hal's career. Connie once dated Jake, and Hulk seems awfully touchy about that break-in at the drug depot.
In my humble opinion, you either hand the case over to the police or keep pressuring each of them until somebody cracks. Oh yeah, Nancy, I just remembered. Some guy dropped off this note for you. I think it's important.
What guy?
It was weird. I've never seen him before. He just handed me the note and took off.
See you later.
So yes, we get this note, which says, I have the solution to your mystery. Meet me in the boiler room. And that is not at all suspicious, so Nancy's just gonna follow that strange instruction. So, as we saw on the computer, the password is note, and note in Braille looks like this. N-O-T-E. Awesome. Okay, so let's go downstairs. So this is a puzzle. If we don't solve the puzzle in time, we die. This is an American Boiler Company model. Oh, thanks. That's great. Let's see. Gloves here. And emergency is bottom left, bottom right, upper left. Because I took the bolt cutters, I can solve this puzzle. So let's see. I totally forget. So it was bottom left, bottom right, upper left. I'm totally wrong. Okay. Left, right, up, left. Left, right, up, left. Okay. So we want to move the rightmost one. We can only move the rightmost one if this is in a specific spot. So up, left. And then down, left. Oh, I think I solved the puzzle. Yeah, I solved the puzzle. Okay, that's the solution to the puzzle. Hey, everybody, I solved it. I thought I wasn't finished with the puzzle because I didn't touch the middle one, but apparently I was. So I'm great like that. Okay, so this is a phone number. It's not important. None of the phone numbers are important in this game. But once we solve the puzzle, we can crawl through here and find this scandalous videotape. And we watch it at Aunt Eloise's house. Okay, get ready for some shocking times, everyone. game is kind of led up to this, so you can kind of see that the game built up to this. So the person who stole the drugs, the steroids, it was Hulk. The person who won the judo competition, Nineco, it's Connie. Connie is Nineco. And Hal stole, he plagiarized his essay. We knew that. We already knew that. We already knew that. And then the final part. The final part, Daryl Gray is meeting with someone. Yeah, Jake was really good at videotaping people without them noticing. So Daryl is being paid to give something to this guy. What is it? What is he giving the guy?
I need something to make this work.
Is he giving the guy some awesome memes? Is he giving the guy knock-knock jokes? The answers to the crossword puzzle? I don't know, Daryl, what are you doing? We can't confront him. We need to confront the other characters first. Specifically, we need to confront Connie first. Connie's the important one. And I don't think I showed this off yet. So this is a map. This is a map, and we can use the map to warp somewhere. So as you can see, there are other locations in the game.
What is it you want now?
I know you're the unknown winner of that judo competition. Jake Rogers had it all on videotape.
Yes, Nancy. I'm the mysterious winner of the men's tournament. It wasn't easy for me, and I'm proud of what I did.
Jake was blackmailing you, wasn't he?
Okay. Jake was blackmailing me. Why else would I have gone out with that slime ball? He was cruel. He liked to humiliate me in public and told everyone I was his black belt babe.
Oh, poor Connie.
Why did you enter a men's tournament when you could have easily won the women's division?
The prize money is a lot better in the men's division. It was enough to cover the tuition for college next year. Hey, I'll do whatever it takes to reach my goal. Now I'm going to be the first one in my family to go to college.
Could you have hated Jake enough to kill him?
Do you think I would give up everything I've worked for and do a stupid thing like that? Jake treated me really badly, but I'd never kill him. You can turn me in if you want to. I'm telling the truth.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Alright. So, we already talked to Hal about him being blackmailed, so there's nothing to talk to him about. But we can talk to Hulk about him being blackmailed. Really, the game only checks to make sure that you've talked to Connie, though.
I'm not into pushy girls. Do me a favor. Bother someone else.
Jake knew you broke into the drug depot. He was blackmailing you, wasn't he?
Yeah, he found out I stole the steroids and threatened to turn me over to the cops. Would have meant the end of my football career if I didn't cooperate.
What did he want from you?
You name it. Chauffeur, errand boy, bodyguard. He loved ordering me around like I was his slave.
Errand boy?
The last thing Jake had me do was deliver a note to Daryl Gray. It was in a sealed envelope so I couldn't read it. My bet is Jake was blackmailing Daryl too.
Bye.
Bye, Nancy.
So Jake was a terrible person who was blackmailing everyone, and all these people were just trying to get into college, basically. You know, Connie needed the money for college, Hal needed the money so he could go to college and stay in America, and Hulk wanted to go to college so he could be in the Miami Dolphins. And Daryl, as we'll find out, also needs money for college, right? Is that that's his reason, right?
How can I help, my #1 detective?
I saw Jake's tape, Daryl. I know he was blackmailing you.
You got me there, detective. But it didn't have to be like this. I wish we had met under different circumstances.
So what were you selling? Were you giving somebody like the top secret menu? Here's a sneak peek of what's gonna be on the menu at Maxine's Diner.
What were you selling? Drugs? Trade secrets?
I didn't know what I was getting into. This guy, Mitch Dillon, offered me a way to make some fast money. I needed the cash for school next year. So I went for it. All I had to do was pick up a package at the pharmaceutical company, but then Mitch threatened me.
Yeah, Daryl is a drug runner. He's a drug runner.
So you were a drug runner? Oh, Daryl. But how did Jake find out?
I don't know, but Jake was always getting into someone's business. Maybe he overheard a conversation between me and Mitch. All I know is one day Jake stuck a videotape in my face and told me he had enough to put me away unless I paid him off. I had no choice but to cooperate. I guess he decided he could get more money out of Mitch. That was a big mistake. Mitch was in a different league than Jake.
So here's what I'm thinking. Daryl's like, okay, here's the release date for Nancy Drew of Midnight in Salem. Thanks, and hands him $300. That is what he is actually selling.
Mitch killed Jake, didn't he?
Mitch is totally capable of it.
Did Mitch also leave that note for me?
Nancy, you have no idea what kind of danger you're in right now. Mitch Dillon has nothing to lose at this point. Do yourself a favor and go to the cops.
Yeah, this guy is still smiling while he's confessing to terrible crimes. This is not a good sign.
Do you really want me to go to the police?
Actually, I wish you could just forget this whole thing ever happened. But since you can't do that, I'd like to help. If it's not too late.
Daryl is Nancy's police contact, and he doesn't want her going to the police. He wants to confront the murderer on his own. That is not a good idea.
We need to get more evidence on Mitch Dillon. If only we can get him to confess his involvement with Jake's murder somehow.
I care about you, Nancy, and wish you weren't involved in this mess. But if you insist, I'll help you catch Mitch. I have to deliver more food to the pharmaceutical plant later. We can try and grab Mitch when I give him the package tonight.
See you later.
Later, Detective.
And I think the food delivery is just a cover so he could deliver more drugs. I think that's honestly what it is. Okay, so now we need to talk to everybody about our plans to stop Mitch tonight. So who's going to help? Who's going to help? Who is going to help confront the culprit?
Hey, Nancy, need something?
Yeah, he's smiling. Nancy, you have no idea what kind of danger you're in right now. Daryl's just smiling the whole time. He's just such a happy guy.
Connie, we're going to find the person who killed Jake. If you help out now, the case will move a lot quicker.
I wish I could, Nancy. I can't take that kind of risk right now. Not with college just around the corner. If I get involved, the truth about the tournament would be exposed. I'll never go to college if that happens.
Daryl's life is in danger. He really needs your help.
This is starting to get really intense. I don't want to get involved, even if it means I would get the chance to help Daryl.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do it, even if it means she can help her crush. And I like how she's like, this is starting to get really intense. It started really intense. This is a murder mystery.
There's too much at stake for me right now. I wish I could do more, but I can't.
Okay, so Hal, I don't think is going to help either.
Oh, it's you, Nancy. I'm really embarrassed to see you again.
Hal, we're going to find the person who killed Jake. If you help out now, this case will move a lot quicker.
My future is at stake. I have to make the grades or my family won't continue to pay for my education. I must go now. Nancy, I'm sorry, but I can't talk to you any longer.
Oh, okay, well, maybe Hulk will help me. He is a good person to have on my side. He will tackle the culprit. That could work.
I've told you what I know. Listen, my body's my temple. I can't risk it for anyone.
Hulk, we're going to find the person who killed Jake. If you help out now, this case will move a lot quicker.
Sorry, babe. I can't risk getting involved.
Okay. So... Oh, wait.
Hey, I'm with you, but I can't get involved. There's no way I'm risking my football career.
Yeah, Nancy's like, you've got to help me or I'll die. Everybody else says, sorry, I'm not doing anything. I'm too busy doing nothing. So let's go to Vandalay Pharmaceuticals because the high school's closed. Aunt Eloise's house is closed. Wonder what that means. Doesn't Nancy have a key? And Daryl apparently just abandoned his post at the diner. So here we go. End game sequence. Let's see. I want to save my game here because we're at the ending, right? So we're at the ending. So here's Daryl fighting with Mitch. Mitch punches Daryl. Daryl pushes him away. Oh no, Mitch pulls out a gun. Connie kicks him. wow, that's violent. Daryl has got way too much blood here, and Mitch punches Connie in the back of the head. She falls down, and Daryl kills Nancy, presumably. How can a house be closed? I don't quite know.
No, I'm not on
So, solution to the puzzle is actually to use the gun on Mitch, because the gun, Nancy picks up the gun. Nancy picks up the gun, it's in her inventory, so you want to use the gun on Mitch right here. Use the gun on Mitch. Nancy!
It's all over for you.
Good. For a second
Dear
there,
Dad,
Nancy didn't use the
case
gun.
closed, and Mitch is on his way to prison. Daryl's recovering just fine, and Connie's giving him private judo lessons. Hulk agreed to pay for the damages to the pharmacy, and Hal got his scholarship. Today, Aunt Eloise got a letter from a friend. Something about a television station and death threats. Sounds like another case for Nancy Drew. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Love, Nancy.
Like a bullet from a gun, she arrives on the scene, a young detective who doesn't know the meaning of fear when you're on the case. No time to waste when you're face to face with an evil that is lurking, but you just can't see it. Persist, persevere, and the problem will disappear. You say you're in a jam and you don't know what to do? Get down with the Drew crew. Living in the raw, sneaking and a peeking over the horizon. Who could it be? N to the A to the N-C-Y. Doesn't battle with her fists, but with her mind all the time. When you're solving a mystery, bad boys and girls, your history locked up. Well, your choices are few. A resident of the room without a view. Do the crime, it's the time you will do. Another victim of the Drew crew. Yeah, so Hal kind of got away with plagiarism. Nancy gave him a free pass on that. Okay. I mean, at least Hulk confessed. That was nice of him. That was really nice of him. So that song, the Nancy Drew rap, actually comes on the game CD. They don't play it at any point in the game. Well, not with the lyrics. Obviously, they're playing it now, but it's... Yeah, it comes on the game CD. It's kind of crazy. That was really kind of a violent ending. It was a violent ending. I think, the thing I don't like about the ending is Mitch. We've never seen Mitch before. We don't really know who this guy is, and he's just the culprit. I think it would have been better if the culprit was Hulk or somebody like that. You know, one of the characters we actually met, rather than this guy who gets mentioned in the last 5 minutes. Alrighty, so that was Nancy Drew, Secrets Can Kill Remastered. I'm gonna see, I think there's a way to beat this game even faster.
Dear.
Let's see, I think what we do is we save the game here. So I take this videotape, and then I bring it into this game. That's how we do it. Yep, that's the fast way to beat this game. So, that's something you can do with the first 2 games. They've got a separate variable to take track of what is on the, if the item is on the cursor, it keeps track of what item's on the cursor. So, all the other games, they got rid of that glitch, right? They got rid of that glitch. So, this lets me skip the entire first 40 minutes of the game. It also lets me skip a bunch of the opening conversations. So we just skip we just skip through all that stuff, all the conversations. So you might remember I said earlier that if we, the game only checks if you talk to Connie. That is true. The game only checks if you talk to Connie. So we're just gonna talk to Connie here, I think. Oh, and I can't shut this off yet. You need to watch this entire video. Yeah, okay. We do need to wait for it to close. We'll see. If my notes are correct, I do only need to talk to Connie, and then I need to talk to Daryl, and then that's it. I think that's it. So we'll see if that's the case, and this is not the direction I was trying to go in. Oh well. Okay, so Connie, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm Connie. You're not from around here, are you? Usually Paseo Del Mar High is really quiet and boring. Today, it's totally out of control.
Out of control?
There are a ton of police on campus today. It's wild.
Why all the police?
Someone found a dead body at school this morning.
No, I don't have the notes
Who
on
was
how to
killed?
skip
Oh,
through
just
these
this wannabe
conversations,
stud
but
named Jake
it's okay.
Rogers.
What do you mean?
Jake Rogers was a total creep. Nobody liked him. I gotta go now. Later. What's up, Nancy?
I know you're the unknown winner of that judo competition. Jake Rogers had it all on videotape.
Yes, Nancy. I'm the mysterious winner of the men's tournament. It wasn't easy for me,
Hi,
and I'm proud of what I did.
I know you're the judo champion. I saw it on
You could
videotape.
have easily won the women's division.
The prize money is a lot better in the men's division. It was enough to cover the tuition for college next year. Hey, I'll do whatever it takes to reach my goal. Now I'm going to be the first one in my family to go to college.
Whatever it takes? Even murder?
Are you crazy? Of course not. I didn't kill Jake.
Whoever pushed Jake down the stairs also beat him up. Someone with a black belt could have done it.
I despise Jake, but I'd never think of killing him. My only crime was to lie to get into the tournament. You can turn me in if you want to. I'm telling the truth.
Goodbye.
Later, Nancy.
Yeah, so that was, I mean, I've got an official speedrun that does this route and does it much faster. Obviously, I'm taking a little bit of time.
You look like you're going to make an excellent addition
Hi.
to Paseo Del Mar High School student body. I'm Daryl Gray, Renaissance man, short order cook, student council president, and professional escort
It's
to
very
pretty
nice
new
because we could
students.
just
See you
not
later.
talk
Later,
to him
detective.
about anything and
How
then
can I
jump
help my
straight
number one
into
detective?
blackmail.
I saw Jake's tape, Daryl. I know he was blackmailing you.
You got me there, detective. But it didn't have to be like this. I wish we had met under different circumstances.
What were you selling? Drugs? Trade secrets?
I didn't know what I was getting into. This guy, Mitch Dillon, offered me a way to make some fast
Yeah.
money. I needed the cash for school next
Daryl's
year.
like, hi, pretty lady. I
So
know
I
you're
went
doing
for it.
drugs, Daryl.
All I had to do was pick up a package at the pharmaceutical company, but then Mitch threatened me.
So you were a drug runner? Oh, Daryl. But how did Jake find out?
I don't know, but Jake was always getting into someone's business. Maybe he overheard a conversation between me and Mitch. All I know is one day Jake stuck a videotape in my face and told me he had enough to put me away unless I paid him off. I had no choice but to cooperate. I guess he decided he could get more money out of Mitch. That was a big mistake.
Yeah,
Mitch
it's
was in a
great how
different
Nancy
league
just
than
solves a
Jake.
mystery in
Mitch
5
killed
minutes
Jake,
here.
didn't he?
It's wonderful.
Mitch is totally capable of it.
We need to get more evidence on Mitch Dillon. If only we can get him to confess his involvement with Jake's murder somehow.
I care about you, Nancy, and wish you weren't involved in this mess. But if you insist, I'll help you catch Mitch. I have to deliver more food to the pharmaceutical plant later. We can try and grab Mitch when I give him the package tonight.
See you later.
See you, beautiful.
Aw, he likes me, which is weird. He should be confused by the fact that I've automatically accused him of being a drug runner.
Hey, Nancy, need something?
Connie, we're going to find the person who killed Jake. If you help out now, the case will move a lot quicker.
I wish I could, Nancy. I can't take that kind of risk right now. Not with college just around the corner. If I get involved, the truth about the tournament would be exposed.
It's
I'll
funny,
never
is,
go
yeah.
to college if
in the
that
speedrun
happens.
version of the game, you have no idea who Mitch is, and in the regular version of the game, you don't really know who Mitch is either.
Daryl's life is in danger. He really needs your help.
This is starting to get really intense. I don't want to get involved, even if it means I would get the chance to help Daryl.
Alrighty, so let's... That's it, we only need to talk to her, that's all.
No, I
Yeah, I know this is only the second time we've ever talked, but I need you to help take down a murdering drug lord. Thank you. Thank you, Connie. And then I use the gun before Mitch appears on the screen. That saves a couple of seconds, making my speedrun even faster.
Dear Dad, case
The end.
closed, and Mitch is on his way to prison. Daryl's recovering just fine, and Connie's giving him private judo lessons. Hulk agreed to pay for the damages to the pharmacy, and Hal got his scholarship.
So I didn't time how long that speedrun took. I'd say less than
Aunt
10
Eloise
minutes.
got
I
a
think
letter
that
from a
was...
friend. Something
that was-
about a
that was an
television
okay
station in
time
death threats.
for the game,
Sounds like
yeah.
another case for Nancy Drew. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Love, Nancy.
The end. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed watching me play this game. I hope you enjoyed watching me speedrun the game, too. And, yeah, that's it. Thank you.